good morning, it's cold.
What? Minus 30 without the wind chill?
I checked my thermometer this morning. It said minus 29.5, and I went, what?
And that's without the wind chill.
That's without the wind chill. It's like minus 50. Apparently.
Is it really?
Yeah, yeah. It's in some areas it feels like minus 50.
And I pulled in the parking lot and my phone went off, and it was one of our coworkers saying, my car won't start, I need a ride. So I went to get him.
Yes.
And we're having some problems here, some technical difficulties with staff not being able to get into work. So
seriously,
let's see how the show goes today.
Yeah, let's see how that worked out for us.
I did have my second guest had to cancel. That was Helping Hands is moving off of that street that they're on in the wartime housing area.
Yes.
There's a name for that neighborhood I can't call. But anyway, they're going to be moving, and so they were going to come on the show and talk about that. Sandy Holmberg, remember Sandy?
Yes,
she ran for the elections last year.
Yes.
Anyway, she's out down the line, I think Echo Bay, and Wendy from Helping Hands, both of them got stranded and couldn't be here today.
Ooh.
So we're going to roll another interview that we did with Quilts for Kids.
Oh,
later
I love
on
that one.
Yeah.
That's such a lovely
So all over the town, and Mike, who works here, tried to call for a taxi when his car wouldn't start. 45 minutes, he was told. Because
well, you can imagine they're so busy.
Everybody's calling.
Everybody's calling. Yeah.
So good
My
luck.
Stumpy though, God darn, that car's awesome.
Yeah, eh?
Vroom.
Even with the automatic start.
Yeah.
See that?
The first couple though, I was like, nah.
You didn't plug it in. Did you plug it in?
No.
See, I don't know. Could you have?
Yes.
Then why didn't you?
I didn't think it was going to get that cold.
You did not know it was going. I knew it was going to go down like cold. I pay attention. No, I didn't plug my car in either.
See? Smarty
Mine just
pants.
newer. Yeah. So then also with the cold, see the sky this morning. Red sky in the morning. Sailor take warning. Are we supposed to get another storm or something? How can we get a storm when it's this cold?
I don't know. I don't think we're going to get another storm. In the news, when you get to see it today.
Oh yeah, it may not be up for. We're not sure yet.
Yeah, it might not be up for a little bit, but. What I tell you about is the fact that it looks like it's going to be at least double digits.
Cold?
Yes, into mid-February. So that's, yeah.
That doesn't make me happy at all.
I know, and it's just stalled.
Oh, look, there's a big weather map. Can you tell us what that means?
Yeah,
look, high pressure. Is that the big H?
That's the big H. That's the polar vortex.
Okay.
And the H means clear generally. And, you know, the winter, when it's clear, it's cold. But that area in the pink, that's Chile.
That's Chile? And that's
like Chile.
That's all the way across our country?
Yeah, yeah.
I heard Windsor. Somebody said Windsor is like us too, like 50, minus 50.
Is that right? Which is unusual because they're always warmer than us.
Wow.
Yeah.
The SAG.
Hey, good job on the
Chamber of
Commerce Awards. You said it was fun, huh?
It was great. Wow, it was a great turnout. This was held at the Machine Shop. Jasmine Rowley and I co-emceed this year, and we had a great time.
Awesome.
Really, such nice people in this community. They were. The business community is so. They're so friendly. They get along so well. They're
very supportive of each other.
It was also interesting to see. I witnessed. A gentleman sat down beside a lady, and the lady looked at the gentleman and said, "Hello, I'm so-and-so, and I own such and such." And he was like, "Oh, I'm so-and-so, and I work such and such." And that's how they were kind of talking about their businesses, and a lot of networking going on. The setup was beautiful, and it wasn't a meal. So the award ceremony started at 7, finished at about, I don't know, 8:45-ish. And then this huge spread of all these great, a poutine bar.
Oh, I'm in.
All kinds of charcuterie, is it?
Yes.
Yes, so cold cuts and cheeses and olives.
Did you eat?
Oh, yes.
Awesome.
And then the desserts came out. It was fantastic.
Did you bring some?
I didn't need to.
Why?
Oh, you mean here?
Yes.
Oh, what do you think? I'm like a Nona at a baby shower?
Yes.
I didn't pack up the desserts in a napkin and put them in my purse.
No. You take the foil pan.
Oh, no, I didn't do that.
And then you bring that. Oh, you didn't. See, I have to teach him. I need to teach. I haven't met Jasmine yet.
You have never met?
No, she seems lovely.
She is, and she's, you know what she said? I don't think she was nervous about emceeing because she said, I'm not a funny person. And I said, oh, come on. No, and we did some banter stuff. She was hysterical.
Good.
Very fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, but it was also the SAG Awards.
Oh my goodness. Man, it's getting bigger and bigger, that
Screen
show.
Actors Guild. So
Yes.
this is actors voting for actors. These are all members of the American Actors Union for Film and Television.
And apparently, aside from the People's Choice Awards, the actors feel this is like the
most
best.
important, because when you get something like the Golden Globes, that's all about marketing.
Yes.
Same with the Oscars.
Yes.
So these votes are actually by their peers. They're voted on by their peers. And best performance by a cast of a major motion picture, Black Panther. Which,
Boy, did he do a speech? Man.
did he say? I didn't see the awards.
Yeah, I saw them. I didn't listen because I was on the phone.
With your daughter.
Yes, yeah, you know, just
That was
chatting
more
and
important.
stuff. Yeah,
TV
well, sure.
drama, This Is Us.
Yes.
Was the big
well,
winner.
no kidding.
And The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, again, TV comedy. That's the second year in a row they've won. Rami Malek
Yes,
won
yes.
for his performance as Freddie Mercury.
He looked very surprised.
Best Actor. And again, she beat Lady
Yes.
Gaga again. Glenn Close for The Wife. Best Actress. Yeah.
I did hear her say, you know what? Thanks to the husband, because without the husband, there's no the wife.
Right, right.
Yeah, so she was very eloquent.
I was also surprised to see Darren Criss. Darren Criss was the handsome young fellow from Glee, and he played the murderer on the assassination of Gianni Versace.
Oh.
You know the guy, I forget his name, he ran across the country killing people and ended up and murdered Gianni Versace on his doorstep. Darren Criss, Best Actor in one of those, like a made for like a TV miniseries, whatever movie.
TV.
And Patricia Arquette for Escape from Dannemora. No surprise there. She won the Golden Globe as well. And she was brilliant in the show.
And
so.
Sandra good Canadian girl.
Another one for Killing
Yes.
Eve. And Jason Bateman for Ozark. Another TV.
Yes.
Jason's been around since the
my
Hogans.
gosh.
And
when he was this
Valerie.
big. Yeah, that was awesome.
Was.
You know what? I just love, like, I love to watch these shows.
The award shows?
Yeah, I really, really do. Well, like for the dresses and the suits and then even the speeches. The gentleman who was talking on behalf of the cast for Black Panther.
Yes.
The music started to play because he was kind of rambling a little bit. Don't bring the music, he said.
Yes, he didn't like that.
No.
He had more to say.
But he finished up.
They did, because Black Panther didn't do well at the Golden Globes.
No.
So it's nice to see that
it is.
the actors appreciated the performances of their fellow actors.
Hey, you know what? There's some good news too. Demi Lovato, of course.
6 months sober?
Yes. Yeah, and she's, you know what, she's worked so hard. She had a tough year last year and, you know, went into rehab and struggles all the time. Struggles every day, she said.
That's what it is.
Yeah, and you got to just keep
Did you
at
hear
it.
that song she wrote?
No.
The one where she apologizes?
Oh, yes, I did hear that. Yeah. Yeah. Boy, there's a lot of pressure.
You know what? Can I just tell you that song, having heard that song, that can be a bit of a trigger.
What do you mean?
Well, for an addict who's fallen off the wagon, and I don't know, I listened to that. There's a picture over there. I heard that song and it really resonated with me.
Yeah?
Yeah, but it didn't make me feel good.
Oh, no, it reminded you of all the bad times?
Well, it reminded me of when I let people down.
Oh,
because she sings about letting people down,
yes.
and then she talks about letting herself down at the end. Yeah, so I don't know. It's like
poignant.
It's like she's journaling, you know. And
yes,
I don't know that I needed to hear Demi Lovato's journal because it didn't really make me feel good about myself.
All right.
I mean, I guess it should make me feel good about myself because I'm okay.
Well, look how far you've come from
but
that.
It does sort of remind me of the darker times, which is sometimes hard to, when you're not in the right frame of mind to deal with those darker times. Sometimes it gets like it's the first time I really listened to it, it just sort of caught me off guard. I wasn't ready for it. That's probably what it was. Anyway,
little reminder.
That's just me.
Huh?
Tom Brokaw's having a bad time. Tom Brokaw was a respected reporter.
He's like one of my favorites. What's going on?
He was on Meet the Press, and he was talking about, well, people who confide in me, people that I've spoken to, are concerned about the increase of the Hispanic voters in the United States. And he says, and there's Tom, there's a picture of him right there, and he says, when I press them on the issue and ask them what it is that's bothering them about the increase of Hispanics, he says, basically people don't want to have brown grandbabies.
What?
Yeah, he said their concern is they don't want to have brown grandbabies due to interracial couples.
He said that?
And then he went on to say that that's not his feeling, but he himself said that he does kind of feel like the Hispanic community should work harder to assimilate themselves. And perhaps they could just learn to speak English to make everyone else comfortable. Tom freaking Brokaw.
Shame on you, Tom Brokaw. Man, you know what? I always thought he was awesome, and I don't know.
Speak English to make other people come. You know what? How about this? How about people start learning Spanish in the U.S.? Wouldn't that be interesting to be a trilingual country? Hey, maybe you could learn a fourth language too, United States of America. You know what?
That's unbelievable. Tom
Unreal.
Brokaw.
You know, in our country, if you have a child who's bilingual, that's something to be proud of.
You know what? There's an arrogance in that comment. There's a total arrogance there.
White supremacy.
To make everyone
not even
comfortable.
White. It's not even white, because it's not white. It's English. That's not white. That's just, what is that when you're a language? I don't know what that is. Disappointing.
Yeah, it's very disappointing.
I like our country where we're bilingual and we encourage people to learn more languages.
Absolutely.
What the heck, Italian? If you're in Sault Ste. Marie and you can speak French, Italian, and English, how brilliant is that?
And you know what? People who know 2 languages, who are fluent in 2 languages, are smarter.
Yeah.
And I know 2 languages.
She's smarter than Tom Brokaw.
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
sure.
I got the Snowarama folks are here.
Awesome.
We have a great interview with them coming up. Lots more on the show, so stay warm and stay with us on Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim. I am joined by Ivy Adam, live in the studio. You made it.
Good morning. With the cold, I did.
The cold? Did you come in a car or a snowmobile?
I should have came in a snow machine. It would have been better, I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ivy Adam. I like your name.
Thank you.
You sound like an actress, I guess, because of Amy Adams.
Yes.
Ivy Adam. You're from Sault Ste. Marie originally?
I am born and raised. I'm a lifer.
A lifer. Registered nurse?
I am, yes. I work at the hospital, and I also work at ParaMed doing home care.
Nice. And your involvement with Snowarama is because you are part of the Easter Seals family.
I am. My oldest son is 12, and he was born with cerebral palsy, fairly severe. So we're very fortunate that Easter Seals has been an organization involved with our family. We're very fortunate for them.
That's Billy, right?
Yes.
Your son's name is Billy?
Yep. Everybody calls him Dozer, though, because he's a bulldozer.
That's great. So now, he was diagnosed when?
Shortly before his first birthday.
Okay.
He was born prematurely, and it all kind of stemmed from there. So.
Right. What kind of challenges does Billy face then? Dozer.
Yeah. He's immobile. He's wheelchair bound.
Okay.
He's nonverbal. He's tube fed. He has a seizure disorder, chronic lung disease. But we don't focus on that. We focus on what he can do. So.
Yes. You focus on the strengths-based approach, right?
Yes, exactly.
So, and he has many loves. You told me sports. He's a sports enthusiast.
He's a big hockey fan. Senators.
Yeah, the Sens? Yeah. All right. Ottawa, right?
Yes.
See, I know something. Okay. Other sports too he loves.
Yep. We take him hunting and fishing. He loves it. Snow machining, four-wheeling. He loves it. Anything camping involved.
Are there special things that have to be done to the equipment then to accommodate him to ride along and join you guys?
Yes. My parents have bought a sled to go behind the snow machines, so that way he's fully enclosed and it's pretty warm. He has a seatbelt and everything. Anything equipment-wise, being a nurse kind of helps me. I can take him out and I have the knowledge to bring his equipment and how to work it.
Right. And this is one of the roles that Easter Seals plays in families with children with disabilities or special needs, I guess we should say, rather than disabilities because they have abilities, right?
Correct, yes. Easter Seals has helped us quite a bit over the years. They've helped us afford walkers and wheelchairs, even things like diapers. He's going to be in diapers his whole life, and that's roughly $200 a month. It's an expense you don't anticipate. So Easter Seals has helped with that. I know they help with the camps in the summertime, with swimming lessons. It's a great organization. They've become almost a family to us because he's 12 now and we've been involved with them since he was 1. So.
Since the very beginning. Wow.
We're very lucky.
Now, with Easter Seals, I guess this must be one of the biggest fundraisers. Is that true?
It is.
The Snowarama event.
Yes, and I love it. I've been doing this since before I had children.
Isn't that something that you had this association with Easter Seals before you even had before you had Billy? Yeah.
My parents have been doing it since before I was born. I know it started on St. Joe's Island sometime in the 70s, before my time.
Okay.
And they've been actively involved with it since then. So it's fun that we get to do it now in my generation, and now my kids are starting to participate too. So it's
how many children do you have altogether?
Three.
Yep. And where's Billy in that mix?
He's the oldest.
Okay, so the younger kids are starting to get involved in Snowarama too.
They love it. I mean, we have a little tundra at home, so they get to go around the yard and that, and they love it.
Did you guys go down to that
Snowcross?
Did you go?
No, we didn't, but you could hear them from our house.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard that they have machines that can jump 100 feet.
Yes.
That's crazy.
That's a little bit too much for me.
A little too much for you, yeah. So what kind? I see the picture behind us. It looks like a lot of fun. Are there all kinds of activities?
Really
do they do a whole day of activities or what?
It ends
I've
up
never
being,
been to a Snowarama.
Oh, you should.
Okay.
It's cold, but
okay.
It ends up being a whole day because they start, I believe it's at Pidge's this year they start, and there's breakfast, and then there's a little stop in Gooley where they have a bonfire and hot chocolate set up.
Is this what I'm seeing here? It looks like a hot chocolate station. And oh, I see mustard. What are they serving food too?
Probably hot dogs.
Okay.
And there's a gas top up there, and then it continues to Searchmount where you get lunch, and then you turn around and you come right back home. It's really fun.
Now, and these trails are monitored by who?
It's part of the OFSC, the Ontario Federation of Snowmobilers Club, I believe it is. Okay. And the trails are maintained by the Sioux Trailblazers.
Oh, right.
They're a huge part of Snowarama.
They're a huge part of Snowarama, yes. Absolutely. Yeah. And now, the way that this is a fundraiser, can you explain how that works? Yep. It's pledges, right?
Yes, to participate in this and get all the gas, the snacks, everything like that, you have to have a minimum of $150 in pledges, and that money stays locally for the children too. So, and then there is raffle prizes. So when you get your $150, you get in for the raffle prizes, which are donated from businesses throughout the city. And for every $50 on top of that, you get another ballot in.
Okay, so for the $150, you get a ballot, and that gets you in for a prize. And then the more you raise, the more ballots you get, the more chances you have to win.
Yes.
And you said, you mentioned to me some of the prizes that a lot of it is geared toward the sport of snowmobiling.
There's usually helmets, jackets, there's gift cards, things like that. So,
right. And a couple of the regulars, you said it's a lot of the same people every year come back, and you can count on them for donations.
Yes.
You mentioned a couple.
There's River City.
River City is
Joe Sports, I know. I believe Construction Equipment. I can't really name them because I don't.
And you know what? To be honest, to be fair, you weren't actually supposed to be on your own today.
No, but I think the cold weather scared some people away.
So I'm really happy that you came as knowledgeable as you are. You know so much about this because of a lifetime of being involved with it.
It's one event that is really big in my heart. My whole family participates in it, especially my nephew Joey, who is 9 years old, and this will be his 4th year riding. He collects his own pledges. He's even been, he rides with his dad.
Oh, okay.
So he's
a passenger. Did you get a little snow machine? Because
he does, but he doesn't take it on the ride.
The 120cc. Okay.
He's been selling keychains, little Key to Life keychains that you put an aspirin in.
Yes.
I'm so proud of him.
Joe, you're a good kid.
He really is a good boy.
So when is the Snowarama event?
February 9th. However, there is a second ride in Bruce Mines on February the 2nd.
So the one in Bruce Mines comes up first?
Yes.
On the 2nd?
Yes.
This one in the Sioux is on the 9th?
Yes.
So
there's still time to get pledges and
still time to get so you can still register.
Yes, you can register online. Some of the organizations throughout the city, they do have pledge forms that you can just pick them up. You can print them offline. I have some if anybody needs them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm sure if you Google Snowarama Sault Ste. Marie or Easter Seal Sault Ste. Marie or any
Snowarama.org.
Oh, Snowarama.
There
you know everything.
I love this event.
Snowarama.org, and you can get all the information there.
Yes, sir.
And what about if people are watching and they want to pledge you? Do you have somewhere that we can...
I do. If you go to Snowarama.org, you can look up Ivy Adam, and there will be a little registration link right there, and you can pledge me online.
Oh, I hope people do that. That'd be amazing.
Me too. And again, I want to thank them too. If they do, everything is great because it goes to help kids like my son Billy. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ivy Adam, Snowarama, coming up on February the 9th. For more information, go to
Snowarama.org.
And we'll be back with Luann after this break. So Amy told me that I should go to Snowarama, but here's one thing that I've never shared with, I don't think I've shared with you, or I have a phobia about snowmobiles.
You do? Why?
I had two bad situations with snow machines.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so I think I've told you the story about when I was little. We had a cottage at Point Louise, and one of our neighbors was Aurora. Of Aurora's, Mrs. B's, Aurora's Pizza.
Wow.
Aurora Bukovich. And Aurora and the McLeods and all these other people out there and the Kellys, and they would all, in the wintertime, they'd all go out and snow machine together, right? And so, and Aurora was this short little thing, and she had a snowmobile, and I was, for some reason, I was on her machine. Sitting between her legs, and Aurora's driving. And Aurora, she can't talk like this, hey Timmy. Anyway.
She sounds like a character.
She rolled the machine. I got trapped under a snow machine between Aurora and the machine. And she was, and the whole time she was laughing. It's okay, Timmy. I was terrified.
How old were you?
4.
It was last year. Aurora, I really don't need to.
And I'm pretty sure it was one of the McLeods came over and rolled the machine off of it. So I was really scared about the snow machine. I didn't want to go back on. Well, then as a teenager, the Spadoni family, they were out at Pointe de Chêne. I was at high school, and I got on a machine with the Spadoni brothers. Hi, Alan, Stephen. The machines broke down. We got in deep, deep snow, and we couldn't get out. We got one, I think, machine broke down. The other one got trapped. We were way out, and we had to trudge back.
No, I've had to do that. Yeah, that's not fun.
So I'm not a. I guess I should give it another whirl.
I love it.
You do, hey?
I just love it.
I think I should give it another try.
But not when it's minus 485. I don't like it so much then. I don't know, call me crazy when your nose hairs stick together. It's a bit
I hated that as a kid.
Right?
Sticky nose hairs and crunchy snow.
Yeah. Ooh. And it always really stunk on those days in Espanola. Those were the days it reeked. When the smoke goes straight up because there's no wind, it's that cold, I'll tell you something. Crunch, crunch, pew. Crunch, crunch, pew. Crunch, crunch. Oh, it was...
Those days when you had to walk backwards.
Yes. Yeah.
It was so cold.
Oh, so chilly.
There's a few, I always look on the computer to see what day, because they're specialty days.
Yes, you do. You're our specialty day guy.
I like the specialty days, but sometimes they're just ridiculous.
Yeah, some stupid ones.
Well, we know that Roger Stone has now been indicted, so I just like to wish Roger Stone a happy Data Privacy Day.
Sorry, Roger.
It's also Kazoo Day.
Kazoo!
And it's also Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day.
So, get some bubble wrap, get a kazoo,
and then
do both together.
But you know where to do it?
Where?
At work, because it's Fun at Work Day.
Awesome!
So you can bring a kazoo and bubble wrap to work and just knock yourself out and piss off everybody you work with.
And you know what? Somebody will
do that.
Like cuff you one right in the head.
I was talking to Amy before the show, and I was saying Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day. Isn't that ridiculous? She said, I love bubble wrap.
She was like, it's a stress reliever, and then he says,
the moment she said that, I looked at the website and it says here it's a stress reliever. She said, I told you. Amy knows everything.
She does. Ivy. You know what? She's ours. She's on it.
And so it is. It's a stress reliever. She says. She says, for instance, crocheting for her.
Yes.
It's a stress reliever because
it's mindless. Eh?
Mindless.
It's but you know what?
It's like white noise. Only it's an activity.
Do you like the bubbles?
I like popping them. I must admit, but
not me. I'm like.
They scare you?
Yeah. It's like when my dad used to work in the workshop and he'd hammer. Every time. I do that with the bubble wrap, so I don't
every
like
time.
It. Yeah, I don't enjoy it much.
What about kazoos? Do you enjoy kazoos?
No, I just find them
annoying.
I'd stuff one right in your ear. Because it's too much.
Balloons? You don't like balloons?
I'm afraid of balloons because they always pop. They always flippin' pop. Or you let the thing go.
Darn those balloons.
Or your kids do, and then they're crying, and it's like going up to the heavens, and you're trying to explain to the kid. It's, the kid's bawling. There's goober running out of his nose now.
I try to bring up all these fun things on these days, and you just shoot them all down. Balloons and bubble wrap.
Don't do balloons.
She doesn't like any of it. Well, what makes you happy today?
You know what?
No.
This is, how the Kardashians, the second one of them pokes their little nose out the door, well then social media is like, Khloe Kardashian went out yesterday wearing a Kanye for President hat.
I never thought Make America Great Again would sound appealing to me.
Right? I guess he didn't put that on his hat because he can't spell it.
KFP. Oh no,
Yeah.
things could get worse.
No, nothing official. She was just wearing the hat, but somebody had to have made the hat, right?
Hey, have you heard what's happening on the show? Is anybody?
Yes, you know what? We're going to do a top story. We spoke to Winona Hutchinson last week because she's running for the federal Conservative Party. So we're going to do a top story, and we're going to rerun that for you because we're having technical. It's cold in here too, and the equipment's not cooperating. So we'll be back with more right after this on Mornings with Luann and Tim. And welcome back on this very cold Monday Mornings with Luann and Tim. We are like at minus 30 without the wind chill. It's cold. It's awfully cold outside.
It's cold inside.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong, but it's freezing in here as well.
It says it's 68. We have our heat set for higher, but it won't click on.
It won't go beyond.
It's like, no, it's too cold to heat.
Yes, leave me alone. Darn you.
We have a crack in our window in the other room.
Yes.
There's a breeze coming through.
Oh, it's so cold. Kate Beckinsale is an actress.
Is she British?
Yes. And
Okay.
she appeared in Underworld.
Never saw it.
No, me neither.
Okay.
But she has been hospitalized in LA.
Why?
She ruptured an ovarian cyst.
What happens when that happens? That sounds awful.
It hurts like a...
Do you know?
Yes.
How do you know?
No, because she's saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she posted a selfie and she had the oxygen thing in her nose and she just looking all worn out and yeah. So they put her on morphine apparently and.
It burst?
Yeah, it just burst.
What does that do to
It's got to
her ovaries?
Well, and it's got to go somewhere, right?
What do you mean? All the poison? Mm-hmm. Oh, you got.
Yeah, that's why
she
it's
does not
dangerous.
look well at all.
See, she's so sad.
So, how do they get all the toxins out of there?
Well, that's the thing.
Does your body have to do that, or
No,
medicine?
No. They would try, I think, when you do that. Yeah. So imagine. So if you're cold, get over it.
Yeah, right. So, do you have had 3 children?
Yes.
And they were all large.
Yes. They were
like 11 pounds?
11, 5, 9, 2, and 11.
Luann says one of them came out with a lunchbox?
Yeah, she came out with her lunchbox and her kindergarten diploma already. She walked home, and I just stayed in the hospital for a week, trying to get over it.
Did you get drugs when you had those babies? No way!
No, because they were trying to give me Demerol.
Yeah.
But like I'm a puker. Oh. And Demerol makes me throw up.
Oh.
And I was throwing up through my whole labor, delivery, everything, throwing up all over the place.
Sorry I asked about that during the breakfast hour.
Yes. So Demerol didn't really work for me so much. And my doctors at that time in Sudbury didn't really believe in epidurals.
They didn't believe in them?
No. Because they didn't have to.
It shouldn't be up to them.
Right? Wow. It took a minute.
I remember my sister had 5 children, and I think she tried like different things for everyone. You know, like one was, we're gonna do the. She never did the water thing, but she did different techniques or whatever.
Right.
And
birthing plans.
Birthing plans, and one of them was they put together. This is back when you had cassette tapes, and they put together a cassette tape of all their favorite songs to listen to while they were together in the not the delivery room, right? The other room. What do you call that room? The labor room.
The labor room.
Okay, but the thing was, she didn't want to be in the hospital too soon, and she already had 2 kids, so she figured knew what she was doing. So she says to my brother-in-law, let's just drive around and look at houses and stuff. I don't want to go too soon.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay. And they drive around, they're looking at houses and stuff. She's like, I think it's time now. We can probably go to the hospital. And they get there and they get her in and they're like, you're dilated. It's time to go. And like, we got to get your husband in scrubs. She says, no, we have a cassette tape we have to listen to first.
My gosh, that's hilarious.
There's no time for your cassette tape. But there's all these favorite songs. Go. That baby popped out in like 8 minutes.
Good for her.
Oh, yeah.
And the baby.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's good Murphy stock there.
Okay, so because of the cold, our live guests weren't able to show up today. It's about helping hands. We're going to have them on the show next Monday. But in the meantime, we hope you enjoy this previously recorded interview I did with the these wonderful folks from Quilts for Kids. It's a great interview. It's a wonderful cause, and they have a great time down there at the Emmaus Church. So after this break, we'll have the interview with the Quilts for Kids. So please don't go anywhere and stay warm again on Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim. Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim, and we are on location with Vicki Young at Emmaus Anglican Church on Wellington Street, and we're here because it's Quilts for Kids. Hi, Vicki, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
Well, we're both sort of just getting over this Christmas bug, but it's nice to be here with you. Vicki and I have been having a great chat. This is an amazing setup you have here. Tell me a little bit about the history of Quilts for Kids.
Well, we started about 4 years ago, so 3 friends and myself decided to look for something extra to do, I guess, and we found this US-based charity. So we actually had a nice little trip to New York and then went off to Philadelphia to check out the organization, and we came back with all the tools to start the first Canadian chapter.
I love that this is the first, and Vicki has been so modest. I said, well, it says here Quilts for Kids Canada on this pattern sheet. I said, so you don't realize that the only reason there's a Quilts for Kid Canada is because of you? And she went, well, I never really thought of that before. But I think that's something to be very proud of. You're the very first ever in our country to have a Quilts for Kids. Were you retired when you started this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And a lot of the people who are involved are retirees, yes?
Yes. Mostly retirees, yes.
But as you said, to be a fly on the wall here, they may have been around for a while, but that just means they have better stories, right?
Yeah, amazing stories, yes.
I hear them laughing in the background, right? Okay. So, and no male quilters yet?
No, unfortunately, we've tried, but...
Well, you know, these ladies need some company, guys, so if you know how to work a sewing machine, and I noticed that you said that you have some machines here, the church has some machines, but generally, if you're a quilter... You
bring your own machine, you like your own machine, it's like driving your own car.
For sure. And now, this is also very interesting. These fabrics, and I love them, a lot of these are child-themed. They come from, tell me where?
Northcott Fabrics in Toronto.
So this place in Toronto, because this is the setup they have in the U.S., right? With the Quilts for Kids in the U.S., they have a company that gives them ends and end bolts and stuff. And so this is in Canada, but you've established a relationship with this company in Canada, right?
It's the same company, and they have a U.S.-based warehouse, I guess, and it's based out of Canada.
Oh.
But they support Quilts for Kids all through the U.S. Yes.
Oh, so the company's based in Canada, and they just happen to have an American version that provides for Quilts for Kids. So now they're doing it right here. So you get shipments from Toronto.
Yes, yes, they're so amazing. Yeah.
And they also even color coordinate stuff to work together in certain quilts? Is that
yes. Right? So there's collection. A designer will come out with 4 or 5 bolts of fabric in a collection. Right. And they'll send up the ends or bits in surprise boxes.
And it's like Christmas when they arrive, I'm sure. They're saying yes. And so now, as far as the patterns go, you have Quilts for Kids. It's a real organization. I mean, so they provide you with a lot of material. Like the patterns, I saw there's a whole binder. Is that right?
Yes, we have a binder, all of the guidelines and how to operate, how to collect donations, how to submit your stats. All of those things.
Did they have to make a special binder for you being Canadian? I mean, things are different as far as foundations go and tax laws and stuff, are they not?
Oh, they are, and we don't have a separate binder, but we don't have to submit tax forms, obviously, in the U.S.
Because you're a charity. You're all volunteers, or?
We're all volunteers, but we're not a...
You're not a registered charity.
Yes, that's it.
You're not a not-for-profit.
Right. That's right.
But you can take donations.
We sure can.
So you were also talking about, you got a message from, did you say Ottawa or somewhere out of town was looking for a personalized quilt for some, tell me that story.
Yes, a couple of times we've had people contact us directly looking for a specific quilt for a child who was ill, and we've made the quilt, and then we will embroider it with the child's name on it.
And you did that for a donation?
Yes, for a donation.
You know, you said you would do that regardless, but it was nice that the person made a donation on behalf of that effort, right?
Yes, for sure. We would do it. It was just shipping. All I'd ask for is shipping, because we really don't have the funds for shipping.
Right. Now, locally, Cage is a superhero. I know that you were talking about doing a quilt for Cage. Is that correct, too?
Yes, he's been given a quilt from Quilts for Kids.
That's a special boy right there. What other organizations or charities or other groups have you contributed quilts to over the years?
All the social service agencies in the Sioux, so the Pregnancy Center, Nogda-Windaman, Children's Aid.
Women in Crisis as well, didn't you?
Crisis, the neonatal at the hospital.
Nogda-Windaman, I think you said?
Nogda-Windaman, yes.
Wow. Yes. So now you meet how often, Vicki?
Well, twice a month in the Sioux and twice a month in Sylvan Valley at the community hall.
Now, interesting story. It started down the line at Sylvan Valley, didn't it?
Yeah, it started down the line with some women there, and we worked for quite some time down there, and then we decided we should try to branch into the Sioux and draw more people from the Sioux. So now we run the 2 or the 4, I guess, a month.
And is it Pam? Is her name Pam from Emmaus? She is the chaplain here, I guess the minister. I don't even know what her title would be. We've had her on the show before. Great lady, and she helped you with the space that you have here?
Yeah, she's amazing. Yeah, so they provide the space for us with storage and kitchen facilities. So we have,
it's great because now you actually have a room where you can keep all these amazing bolts of fabric rather than lug them around with you. It's enough to carry your machines with you, never mind carrying the fabric. So that's a great bonus. If people were interested in getting involved, the other aspect we talked about was the social aspect. Talk a little bit about that for me. Well, the people who come here, it becomes almost like another family, right?
Oh yes, actually we've created some good bonds, and we actually have quite a bit of fun here. A lot of laughs and jokes.
So you have a lot of laughs while you do good work.
I wanted to tell you about a couple of things I didn't tell you about other programs we've run. So we have worked with Garden River, and we've worked with young mums, teaching young mums how to sew. We've worked quite a bit with the senior women there. We've gone into, I think it was St. Basil's High School, and we worked with the students there, taught them how to quilt, and then they brought their quilts up to the hospital and donated. So we just finished another young mums program here, teaching young mums how to sew.
You just keep giving back and giving back, and having fun while you're doing it.
Yes, yeah, lots of fun, lots of fun.
So if there's somebody out there who's looking for, who likes to quilt, would you teach somebody? If somebody were a novice just getting started and they had a machine, could you help them?
Yes, we would definitely start from scratch. We have a new volunteer today who's learning how to cut the kits, which is fabulous because we always run short of kits.
So when you say kits, does that mean you provide your quilters with a kit to work on a project?
Yes, and actually I don't have a sample kit. I wonder if somebody has a sample kit. So the Quilts for Kids has the patterns, as I told you, that we operate from. So we cut out the patterns, the quilts, and put them in a little baggie, so that's considered a kit.
Okay.
So it has all the instructions and all the fabric pre-cut with the label, and all you do is sit down and sew.
All right, so now how do we get a hold of you? If we wanted to come out and join, what do we do?
You can contact us at SooQuiltsForKids@gmail.com.
And that's SOO Quilts for Kids at gmail.com.
That's right, SOO.
And then also, can somebody just show up here if they were curious, just to see how things are?
They certainly can. We run the first Wednesday and the third Friday of every month from 10 till 2, potluck lunch.
Potluck lunch? Oh, I didn't bring anything. Darn it. You'll just have to feed me this time around. And then you still operate in Sylvan Valley?
Yes, Sylvan Valley's opposite, so it's the first Friday, third Wednesday.
Okay, gotcha. And once again, Emmaus, I say it wrong every time, Emmaus. We are just west of Shannon Road on Wellington. It's the church that used to be beside Sir James Dunn. That's Emmaus. And you come in the back door.
Back door, yes.
All right. Vicki, thank you very much for spending your time with me today. And ladies, thank you very much for all you do for the kids in the community. Oh, you also mentioned sometimes you'll get fabric that isn't quite children themed, and so you've done quilts for other things as well, for Arch, is that right?
Yes, that's right. We put that aside, and when we have time, we make some quilts for Arch, some larger size quilts.
This is a feel-good story. All right, Happy New Year. Let's look forward to a healthy Happy New Year.
Yes.
Yeah. And keep doing all this great stuff you do, Vicky. Vicky Forever Young. Here at Quilts for Kids. We'll be back with more mornings with Lou Ann and Tim after this. Never mind quilts for kids, we need quilts for Lou Ann and Tim.
Oh my gosh, it's so cold in here. My goodness. Quilts for cuddles.
What are we gonna do? We're gonna go back to our desks after this. We're like, okay, Lou Ann.
I think we should start a campfire.
It's too cold. Oh, that's a good idea.
Right?
What can we burn?
Oh, there's so much to burn.
There is.
So much to burn, so little time.
So, listen, I hope that this weather warms up a little bit for the Special Olympics because that's coming up on Friday and Saturday. And of course, Bonsu's right around the corner. So enjoy the winter weather.
Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.